Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going? Welcome back to our continuing coverage of Summer Game Fest. This is the PC gaming show. Once again, being joined by JT. How's it going?
Go good.
Well, here we go for another one.
Yep, we're starting right in on it.
There's Frankie.
Hey, Frankie! Hope I'm not interrupting anything.
I mean, I was just in the middle of deathmatch.
Great to hear it, Frankie. Listen, I've been thinking about the PC Gaming Show 2023, and I kind of want to make a few updates.
Sure, I mean, it's already packed with world exclusives, in-depth interviews with the biggest studios, crazy good giveaways. What more can we add?
Well, look, I don't want to get into the, detail work, the minutia, the fine print, the ethically sinister motives behind true innovation. No, Frankie, what I've realized is that I can't do this show without you.
Oh, sure.
Or at least a version of you.
Huh?
Oh, blah, blah, blah. Listen to me yapping on when there's so much to do. I mean, we got things to plan, code to write. Oh, listen, also, I brought in some new assistants, to help really bring the show to life. And it would be so great if they could just stop by your place in little old London town, to just get the ball rolling. Does that sound good?
I suppose if it's for the show.
Excellent.
I think it's for a gag, Aztec.
Oh, hey, that's them. Ah, Frankie, let me say it again. You are one of a kind. Now, please give my love to Gunther and Helga. Ah, they're great guys. Very thorough.
I think we're gonna get an AI Frankie for the rest of the show.
Hello, are you Sean's guys?
Mr. Sean has many great ideas for the show. You are lucky to know such a man. He is a visionary.
A visionary.
He is a man with his eyes locked on the future, like a horse staring into the sun.
A majestic horse.
Read now, please.
If you like the look of Game A, then check out this world exclusive of Game B.
Necessary data acquired.
Dear Frankie, thank you for your unwavering service to the PC Gaming Show. Your services will not be required this year as we pivot towards the future. No hard feelings, Sean, Day 9 plot, AI visionary, and all-round good guy. Son of a
Jalen Frankie's gonna go John Connor right now. Yes, 2023, the dawn of AI.
Oh, hello there, everyone, and welcome to the PC Gaming Show 2023. I'm Sean Day9 Plot, and today, I'm not just joining you on a tour of the finest upcoming PC games. I am standing with you on the bleeding edge of innovation. I've revolutionized how this show is made. Production crew, ditched him, don't need him. It's just me.
It's kind of funny on how these guys in Devolver had the same
one guy
idea.
I've hired on work experience. Say hi, Dakota. Hey.
Yep.
So what does the face of the future look like? Weirdly, pretty familiar.
Dressed like Steve Jobs, yeah.
Why don't you introduce yourself? Frank AI.
Hello, broadcast viewers. I am Frank AI, a virtual co-host based on professional gaming icon Frankie Ward, utilizing deep learning neural networks.
Super duper. And what do you have lined up for us?
I have analyzed the entirety of published games media and surveyed discussion forums for the most anticipated titles. I have then constructed the ideal showcase, including titles like Stormgate, Path of Exile 2, PAX Day, June Awakening, and finally, Morris Men, Troop Lord of Destiny.
Some good ones in there.
Are those like the jingly dancing guys from England? Are you sure that's a real game?
My mistake, Sean. Morris Men is a game concept I've devised based on a holistic survey of the most popular Steam titles. Would you like me to generate another?
Instead, let's just get things rolling with something that actually
Ooh,
exists.
Frostpunk 2.
First up, from 11-Bit Studios, we return to an icy apocalypse in Frostpunk 2.
I know some of you guys in chat have played the first one and really liked it.
Ambition. Do you hear it? It's restless. Ambition requires man to feed upon. It also needs time, direction, and sacrifice. But for every man who fulfills his calling, there are thousands left with nothing. It's them who knock and open the door to hell.
I will say that I feel like that's one game that's a little bit hard to show gameplay on. It's basically like a city builder.
Obviously, the 7-day mandatory work week was not appreciated by the citizens.
Hey, check it out. I don't even need to write my own script for this show anymore. All right, wait. All right. Up next, we've got a pile of fresh previews for the most visceral, immersive PC releases coming our way, featuring visceral combat and immersive exploration, visceral landscapes and immersive storytelling. Fans of immersion will... Yeah, it kind of just keeps going on like this. So I think it just needs a little bit more fine-tuning. And until that point, let's just go ahead and dive right into our next previews with Nivalis, Jump Light Odyssey, and Road to Vostok.
I think you've said that
Yeah.
Jump Light looks good.
There's a city you
Yeah, I
see
saw
when
it,
you close
Gorilla
your eyes.
Collective.
Are they closed? What do you see? Open
Oh,
your
I just
eyes.
realized that at the Xbox conference we did not
Nivalis.
see Replaced.
No, we didn't.
So that game ain't coming out this year.
Maybe you've been here before. That was just a dream. Now, it's time to come home. This is your apartment. The sounds of the nightclubs nearby are the heartbeat of the city. The street food smells drift through your windows and make your head swim. It's hard to sleep here. Your restless legs want to walk the busy streets. Let's explore.
Everything you see in there, all the
Nivalis is a
people,
city in the
they're
clouds.
mocapped, motion captured.
But
Even the
you can't make a
umbrellas
rainbow
and stuff
without a
like
little
that.
rain. Like most things in life, it's best to start at the bottom and work your way up. It's not so bad down here. We can go fishing, take a boat ride, soak up the atmosphere. And don't worry too much about the serial killer on the loose. I'm sure we'll never meet him. I can even help you run your new business venture. A noodle stand. With a little work, there's no limits to how high you'll climb. Just don't look down. As your digital companion, I can help you navigate the complex relationships with my personality matrix. Business partners, friends, rivals, enemies, maybe even lovers. It's all about saying the right thing at the right time. Your choices matter, so choose carefully. There's a city you see when you close your eyes. It's called Nivalis. Consider this your invitation.
I think he said Jumpline Odyssey, but this is Nivalis, but this is the one that I also saw there.
Princess, the Zetopans will be in our
This is
system any
Jumpline
minute.
Odyssey.
But they're not here yet. Prepare defenses.
This one I thought you
Upgrading our
would
engine capabilities.
really like.
Engineering's on it. Zetopan warship in the system.
Don't lose hope now. Red alert!
Blast doors sealed.
Jump light report.
Jump light calibration almost complete, Your Highness.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Scramble fighters.
2 Point Campus, but in space.
A little bit like that. Every one of those floors, like you can go up and down through it, and you can
Combat division.
add
Handle those
different
portals.
things like food stuff,
ETA on
apartment,
jump.
Jump light in 5,
crafting stations,
3,
and
too
stuff.
many of them. 2, 1.
Not today, Voltan.
It's got a little bit of like FTL in it. How you have to defend your ship. Yeah, the animation's very much Voltron Star Blazers. You're right. Funny enough, Boy Scout team kid we're talking about that night ago. We haven't seen it.
Yeah, at previous like E3s or Summer Game Fest, that game showed up at like multiple conferences, and this year it's just not anywhere to be seen.
Yeah. I don't know if they're just not going to show it anymore until it comes out, or it's really delayed.
Content reminders
demo for that.
enabled. Upcoming games in the next 30 minutes include Path of Exile 2, the full Ferocious trailer, Age of Sigmar, Realms of Ruin, and Citizen Sleeper 2, Starward Vector.
Oh, they're making
Failure
another
to keep
Citizen
watching
Sleeper?
will lead to a personal
Wow, already?
system failure.
Wow.
Lies of P, the Pinocchio Bloodborne-like game, is just a couple months off, and it's got me thinking, what other untapped literary veins are just waiting to be gamified?
I can generate a list of game concepts, pairing underutilized classic literature and an appropriate style of gameplay.
By all means, but stick to public domain. We want to keep costs down.
Of course, Sean. Concept 1. Great Expectations Dirt Bike Racer.
I don't really know what the market is for that. Next.
Concept 2. Sense and Sensibility VR Shooter.
Sweet Jane Austen's bonnet. No. Next.
Concept 3. Oliver Twist. Please, sir, may I have some war?
It's artful, but a little problematic. I mean, why don't you just throw something together like a Metroidvania based on the Christmas Carol?
I'm afraid you're too late, Sean, but perhaps you'd be interested in Ebenezer and the Invisible World.
Are you kidding? Is she kidding? She's not kidding.
Is this where Scrooge is a wizard?
I love the 80s and 90s cartoon styles of bringing in some of these games.
Yeah. I will say the one downside of this conference chat is this show has to follow Xbox, and that is a little bit of a problem for them.
Yep, it always has been.
So Like, that game didn't look bad.
Right. Almost like after he got the spirit of Christmas in him now, he's been battling all the dark forces. This is Warhaven, I believe.
Yep, we've seen this one a couple times already. They're gonna have like a free test or something coming up on this. Kind of like to try it.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I feel like this is actually the most gameplay we've seen from that. Yeah, play for free June 19th.
Still says fall 2023.
Like an old RTS. But it's got a bunch of weird things.
Yeah. I love the little animated people down at the bottom, which makes me think of Command & Conquer.
Dorf looks phenomenal. Hey, Frank AI, as a mind birth from like everything ever written about video games, I'm sure you've got an interesting take on it. What are your thoughts?
Sean, Dorf isn't just about strategic balance of resource scarcity and military industry. It's a game about the human condition, about our shared struggle against a cold and uncaring universe.
That's pretty moving sentiment there, Frankie. Hey, what about Warhaven?
Warhaven isn't just about clashing swords and moments of magic heroism. It's a game about the human condition, about our shared struggle against a cold and uncaring universe.
Well, some wisdom bears repeating, right? And while I go sort out some unrelated gremlins in Frank AI's procedural
Is that
critique,
Daisy Ridley?
let's
Nope,
see
that's
a game
Frankie.
with its own gremlins to sort out, preferably with a shotgun.
These creatures infernal, these perils eternal. Lord, heal me, free me.
Do you speak human? Like, I'm just delivering a sandwich. All right, video games. Gotta stop putting in dogs, because dogs are really annoying to fight.
Yes. You can add scrolls to your weapon.
multiplayer
Thank you for believing in me.
survival game, I guess.
Yeah, it says survival
Together,
game.
we'll make it the best shop the island's ever seen.
Nice work. Keep this up and you'll be running your own shop. Maybe your own district.
Welcome to Karzai Village.
Who sent you? You will regret working for the Outlaws.
This game's got a lot going on. I thought it was like some kind of like farming shop running game, but then there's like all this combat and stuff.
Can't you feel the love in the
Number
air?
29.
We're going out on a date. Told her to calm down. I freaking told her. What are you gonna do?
Breaking news. A mysterious infection continues to spread across the globe.
What is going on? I mean, the infected, the wall.
The song was about you. Your smile. Your warmth. Is there anything we can do?
We just saw a broadcaster get eaten. I have to go. No! Defeating him now might make the wall fall on top of us!
But I can teach you a couple of things too, you know.
We're all going to die! Wait for me! Goodbye.
I want to wake up!
20 seconds.
It's not over!
Whoa.
Guy lost his arm.
Dude.
I love you.
Save your date, save the world.
I was gonna say, where's Elise? It's her dating sim combat fighter for.
Eternice there, showing us that love is never simple, especially in the middle of an apocalypse. You know, I sometimes get a little misty-eyed myself about a simpler time. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love modernity. And sure, big tech's done some stumbling. I bet Mark Zuckerberg's probably a little lonely in the Matrix. But all I'm saying is the olden days had an appeal. Medieval times when we were plowing our own fields and treating everything with leeches, not buying 8 pictures with weird electric money. Luckily, though, video games can bring the medieval fantasy to life. To find out how, I had Frank AI activate her new Reporter Drone. Oh, it's designed to identify, question, and report back on the work of leading game developers. And don't worry, technically speaking, it's completely legal. I mean, this little guy's even got a selfie light. It's like kind of cute in like a friendly Panopticon kind of way. Little RD has flown itself all the way out to Helsinki, Finland to meet the team behind the highly anticipated medieval must-play, PAX Day. Let's take a look.
This is an MMO that's coming up, chat. This actually looks really good.
My name is Reynir Harðarson, and I'm the game director for PAX Day. PAX Day is an open world fantasy game in a living, breathing world which we can call home, where it's teeming with life, mysteries, and it's for you to explore. Imagine yourself if you are living in 12th or 13th century Europe. It's a very different reality. You know, it's where knowledge has been lost and is getting rediscovered. It's where magic truly exists and ghosts exist and the myths are real. And this is kind of the inspiration we take to build it. It's basically going back to the roots of what fantasy means and building a fantasy world based on real-world mythologies. And so we go very much into the roots. So we're using a lot of medieval literature and medieval bestiaries and grimoires, using real-world magic, actual recipes for healing and ointments, and using the real-world magical properties of plants.
I'm Solkara. I'm the Chief Product Officer at Mainframe Industries. So PAX Day, maybe the way to explain it would be, imagine you're in this amazing, beautiful world. It's huge. And you find yourself in a forest, and your mission is to find a plot for where you start building a home. And from that home, you will go on to adventures to explore the world. So with the lore we have wanted to create something that is fairly like deep and rich and grounded in reality, but something that is actually not a direct.
If I remember correctly, this is the one that's an open world sandbox
there's the
MMO.
dungeons, and you will be able to find snippets of the lore from the eras when these were created in the game itself. And part of the like lore and mystery is also part of in the gameplay itself. So you will be able to like find and examine things, and actually then find snippets that help you find other places and make items in the game itself. And
it's going to have some survival aspects, right?
When the game launches, we're calling it Gallia, and it's very similar to the areas of the world in southern France. With the influences from the Nordics where we're from. It's
pretty nice for an alpha build.
What we're building is we're calling it the social sandbox. We're putting the least amount of barriers to entry on how you can actually interact with other players. Where most MMOs actually put a lot of blocks in how you can cooperate with the other players, and we're fundamentally different. So from the first minute when you start playing the game, you will be able to do everything you imagine with the other players. So you can trade, other people can actually help you. You can literally go onto a like dungeon raid from the very beginning.
Game engine they using?
Like you starting the journey in the game, should you find people who actually help you to do that. What we want to create an environment that actually really incentivizes people to play the game the way they like. And for some, actually like just going out to the wood.
It says like Unreal 5 actually.
Something that gives you a sense of achievement, because you know the coal that you're helping to produce actually is valuable for the guild. Some people will absolutely prefer to just go to the dungeons. They couldn't care less about the coal production, but these players will still depend on each other, where there's valuables to bring from the dungeon, there's valuables to bring from the forest, and even the PvP players, they will be able to produce items that are only available through the PvP, but they will depend on the other players as well.
The lore of Pax Day is very much inspired by real-world folklore and fairy tales. With, of course, the caveat that in Pax Day, this stuff is actually literally real. The interesting thing about folklore throughout the ages is that folklore are actually start out as true stories, whereas fairy tales are fiction. And that's the distinction between the two. Folklore often
a gorgeous looking bear.
Ghosts or spirits or some supernatural things, but in the eyes of the people, during those times, this is reality. This is real. Ghosts are real, and this is not disputed as any fantasy. And this is what we want to reflect. So when you're walking in the forest during night, you will find these things. You will find ghosts. You will find the spirits of of the past. And the deeper you go, the more mysterious and strange it becomes.
Yep, hopefully that game's good.
If I've caused any existential anxiety with my presence, it might help to try reframing those stresses in a positive light. Think of me, perhaps, as a blue shell from your favorite kart racer. I might be wielded to ruthlessly destroy hard-earned positions, but we can still have fun. Maybe there's a lizard driving a little car. Isn't that nice? Let's celebrate the same spirit of kart racing treachery as our next preview brings Mario Kart Mayhem to PC. Here's Stampede Racing Royale.
I know Mario
That many
Kart.
people.
Good.
Oh, that many people. 60 player.
That is a lot.
That's a lot of people racing.
I was gonna say I know Mario Kart owns this genre, but I'm actually surprised that we don't see more people trying it.
Well, Disney now has theirs. Actually, one of my nephews and my sister actually been playing it. Really like it.
That's cool.
How much rage is going to happen when you go from like second to 60th?
Yeah.
For Mars Horizon 2, The Search for Life, the art team is looking to balance style and authenticity to faithfully represent all the incredible vehicles used in space exploration.
Players will see familiar rocket launches and a host of historical missions, past, present, and future. The design team have consulted with many space industry professionals to make sure that the gameplay reflects how it feels to be on the front line of exciting interplanetary discoveries. Go to MarsHorizon2.com to sign up to our mailing list to be the first to play the game. We have an alpha on the horizon.
Frank, I cannot tell you how excited I am to see Path of Exile 2 in action. You know, being something of a Path of Exile veteran myself.
That's debatable, Sean.
What?
Your Path of Exile playtime falls well below the community average.
But the time isn't what matters in that game.
I'm also analysing your chosen character builds in recent leagues and...
No, my build wasn't meant to be
they're
a fun build.
producing some troubling DPS simulation.
Fascinating, Frankie, but let's not keep the good people waiting. Let's roll the tape for Path of Exile 2, please.
We're actually gonna get some new gameplay here? Oh yeah, we are. Look at that.
Ziri could see this now. Ugh, disgusting. Foul creatures.
I just hope that they keep the complex nature of this game, but I hope they fix up their interface so that it's more like acceptable or more accessible. So it's like easier to like follow builds and stuff like that.
Stench.
Yeah.
It's getting worse.
It's kind of interesting. I hardly ever see like the melee builds. Usually I watch somebody, they're always playing like a magic build.
Or like Toxic Rain with a bow or something like that, yeah.
So now, does that find out more, or are they gonna have? Is that what's coming out?
That's when ExileCon is. So yeah,
Hey
they'll
everyone,
show off
my
more.
name is Leo and I'm the lead developer of a new action-adventure game, Ferocious. I began working on Ferocious a few years ago, with the idea of creating a first-person shooter in a timeless Lost World type of setting, combining over-the-top action with exploration and a sense of wonder. We were always inspired by mysterious places frozen in time, that you may have seen in movies like King Kong and Jurassic Park. We aim to marry the setting and its unique gameplay opportunities with classic first-person shooter mechanics, similar to early installments of franchises like Far Cry and Crysis. The flexibility of the Unity engine allows us to create unique solutions to some of the environmental features, such as custom water effects and realistic vegetation.
My ears!
Use a mix of photo-scanned and handcrafted assets to create a world both scary and beautiful. However, there are some things waiting for you in the jungle that we couldn't find any real-world references for. So we had to improvise. I hope you guys are excited as I am. Feel free to wishlist and follow the game on Steam, as we can't wait to share more about Ferocious in the coming months. Thank you.
Welcome to Islands of Insight, an epic shared world puzzle adventure game set in a world of fantasy, ancient wonders, and natural beauty. Brimming with mysterious puzzles, secrets, and sublime landscapes for you and other players to discover, alone or together, all at your own pace.
I was just gonna say, Jalen, you and Kid Lee gonna go up on this?
As a seeker, you'll set off on a journey of
If we put our brains together, we can figure it out.
Explore every corner of this rich landscape and solve every puzzle you find. Savor the achievement of every solution as the world around you unlocks, revealing new challenges to face, new areas to explore, and fantastic rewards to collect. In Islands of Insight, a beautiful realm of tranquility and adventure awaits you. Embark on the path of discovery and let your curiosity guide you through a world of wonders, where the answer is always in sight.
I feel like I'm seeing a little bit of Immortals Phoenix Rising in this.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say that. I can definitely see that.
I
Except
might only have an
just
old-fashioned
puzzle solving.
analog neural network, but I'm going to risk some data analysis of my own. Those Dark Souls games seem like a big deal, huh? Luckily, while From Software is taking a recess to work on giant robots, Hexworks is stepping in with a fresh supply of very depressed knights with very big swords. Coming this October, here's your latest look at Lords of the Fallen. In Lords of the Fallen, you'll explore two parallel worlds. The land of the living, where demonic knights and hulking monsters are trying to murder you, and the spooky Umbral Plane, where the ghosts of those creatures are trying to super murder you. Using the latest Unreal 5 technology, developer Hexworks has layered these realities directly on top of each other, allowing you to portal to the Umbral Plane at will. Just try not to die in there. In the spirit of the Dark Souls games,
This game we've seen a couple times.
Punished.
It does look really good.
Adventuring in dungeons? Any idiot could do that. But managing
Yeah, if you're
a
interested in
dungeon,
Lords of the
now we're
Fallen, they
talking
have a
elite.
UE5 demo on
Dungeon of
YouTube.
Nalbuck
I'd
is
recommend
feared
watching
throughout
that.
the lands of
Pretty good.
Fang. It is an avant-garde evil structure, combining tradition and disruptive innovation. And it's looking for its new steward. Of course, we have the most trained and prepared guards, the most efficient staff, the most devious monsters, and the most attractive treasures. Hey, wait, we're on camera? But wait, there's more. We have state-of-the-art production facilities, an R&D center, B2C processes, and an efficient waste recycling system. Our underlings, employees, can
Looks
fully
like
express
the,
themselves thanks to our committed
Dungeon
HR
of
management and peaceful
Nahua.
social dialogue, and can enjoy the use of clean, safe premises. Hey, don't film that, or you'll be the one cutting
Yeah,
the
it
shreds
looks
on
like
the
the
editing
same
floor.
thing.
As a steward, your main task will be to make
Except
the
it's a
dungeon
building.
functional and attractive to adventurers. So they'll want to come here to get slaughtered and humiliated. To achieve that, you'll have access to guards, traps, and hexes. You'll also get to organize raids on nearby areas to provide me with treasures and relics. Thanks to your boundless devotion, I, Zangdar, will become the greatest warlock of the lands of Fang! Looking for a job that gives meaning to your life and makes the world a better place? Then buzz off! But if you're organized, servile, sneaky, and enjoy a positive work atmosphere, come take your chance. I'll be waiting for you in my office.
Yep.
That game actually kind of look all right.
パブロ、あなたのことはしっかりと見てるわよ、探偵さん。何せあなたにはこの世界を変えてしまうような特別な力があるのだから、私に協力しなさい。あなたの才は貴重よ。短い人生だもの、使わない手はないでしょう。時は刻一刻と過ぎていくわ。
The clock is
賢
ticking,
明な
detective.
決断を期待してるわよ。
Lady Death. I will say, chat, the audio balance for this stream is kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Are you all right, Sean? Our programming included a gunfight/dance sequence to promote mariachi legends, but your heavy breathing is indicative of exhaustion, panic, or that you are currently entering childbirth.
No. Don't worry about anything. Systems are a go. Our schedule is just packed with so many games.
I understand, Sean. I'll provide assistance. Notification. Day 9 has been updated to Day 10.
What? You just can't replace me. Like, roll the system update back. I don't want whatever this is.
I'm sorry, Sean, but support has been discontinued for older versions.
What? What's up, Day 9? I'm Day 10, the latest software version of popular gaming host Day 9. The consequences of my actions.
Hello, I am Frank AI.
What's up, Frank AI? I'm Day 10. So, the latest
Hello,
software
I am
version.
Frank
I
AI.
suspect they're going to be at this for a while, so let's just go ahead and fire up a trailer for a strategy game, Age of Sigmar Realms of Ruin, while I do some strategizing of my own. Dakota?
This is also a Warhammer game?
I'll just tell you when to stop. Just pull it.
Hello, I am Frank AI.
Commander, there is the stench of death about this place. Not just from the Aurochs.
Death comes for everyone. Eventually.
So you got Warhammer, then you got Warhammer 40K, and then now you got a Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Like, I don't know what the difference is.
Fortify our position. We must claim this spot.
I think one is like sci-fi and one is medieval.
Enemy sighted. Sneaky Dusty.
Sigma, give me strength.
Think it's time for a fight, boys. Wah! Protect the bastion. We need the loot. Let's flash to a corpse. They always come.
Aiden, I will take the fight to
Like, the other thing about Warhammer is, like, they just let anybody make a Warhammer game. There's so many.
Oh, there's so many.
Open beta. All right.
Interesting.
You have two realms, Warhammer Fantasy and Warhammer 40K. So this is Citizen Sleeper 2. I know a bunch of people who said that Citizen Sleeper 1 was absolutely amazing.
Oh, Sleeper's finished.
But you're essentially reading a novel.
We had a deal, Sleeper.
Yeah.
It's like an interactive novel.
Here you are, risking it all to try and break our contract to end your dependence.
Just wanted to use them, you piece of shit.
Nothing wrong with being a tool in a time of crisis. There's a war on, and while it rages, well, there's opportunity. I thought you were an opportunity sleeper, desperate, on the run, a hard worker with certain needs. I met your needs. I gave you a crew, lent you a ship, even hooked you up with a contract or two. And yes, I took my share, but that only seems fair. I invested in you. But then, you went and did this. And now, you don't need this. And I don't need you anymore either.
I know.
Sleeper, go! Now! To the ship!
This is just the beginning, Sleeper.
I have found no official case of death by FOMO anywhere on the internet. However, I would not suggest risking being the first case. Failure to watch the next section of this show would result in you missing amazing new content from Dread Pilots, Miasma Chronicles, Pathfinder Gallows Bar Survivors, and Parcel Core. But first, here's Critter Cove.
like the look of this.
Yeah. Little Disney-esque a little bit.
What's that one? Farm something. Oh, shoot, I can't think of it right now. It was
But
kind
it's
of like a base
like this,
building. Into,
but it's like this, but like farming.
yeah, had farming. Didn't have the raft or anything like that. Yeah.
Was it also like animated?
Yeah, it was almost the same look.
Are you thinking of like My Time at Portia?
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Or the new one is My Time at Sandrock?
Oh yeah, that is the new one coming out. Yeah. Definitely have vibes of that on this. Unless you're skipper hat, buddy.
If there was an award for being unbearably cute while also being unbearably fun, there is no question it would be down to the wire between Critter Cove and yours truly. I mean, it's a strong matchup, but please, clear winner.
After 3,411 simulated contests, I predict Critter Cove's probability of victory at over 99%.
But now is when you start fact-checking now? Well, while AI might not have mastered the subtle art of ego boosting, it's already powering new ways to play. By teaming up human storytelling with AI assistants, the team over at Hidden Door have developed a generative spin on pen and paper role-playing. It is so tantalizingly delicious, I had no choice.
You know, it is going to be interesting to see
check in on the project.
what happens with all this AI stuff over the next 10 years.
Yep.
Like, is it really going to be the next big thing that changes the world, or is it just going to be like a thing that kind of comes up and then just goes away?
Yeah. I think it definitely has the potential of being a good tool in certain aspects, but
Hidden Door is a role-playing game where you and your friends come together. You can play in any world you choose. You create your characters, and then together you decide what kind of story you're gonna have. So the idea would be you've just read a book, you can't get it out of your head. Now you can go and play your own story adventure in the world of that book that you're directing within the rules and the canon that the author has set and confirmed with a generative AI narrator. The way it works is that you come in, you choose the world you want to play in. Right now we have the Wizard of Oz, many more exciting
See, now
worlds to
I can see
come.
them doing something
You
like
create
this
your
for
character,
D&D.
You
Because
decide
you have
the kind of
an
adventure you're gonna have
AI
by pulling
DM.
out of your deck of story cards. And then the system creates a unique story adventure for you.
Because that one day
And you
on
can do
stream,
anything
we
you
went
want.
into that
It takes
AI
a lot of the joys of
chat,
playing a
and it
tabletop
actually
role-playing
built a
game
campaign.
And brings them
So,
into a digital
yeah.
format. And as you play, you see a graphic novel come together dynamically based on what you choose to do and how the world and the story reacts to you. It's like an improv show where even though you might play the same cards, you get a different, unique
I
story
think
every
it's
time.
used as
So
a
you
proper
throw
tool. I
words
agree,
in,
Forrester.
It comes up with suggested things you might do. You pick something, and then it reacts to you. And then along with our AI narrator who plays the role of, say, the game master, you can go on any adventure you want.
Just what you said.
can do anything, and the system and the story will continue based on your choices. At Hidden Door, we are working with authors and folks who make some really exciting TV shows and other media to bring those worlds into the platform. And the system supports anything fictional. So it does do science fiction, it does do fantasy, it does, period romance, which you can think of as more relationship-based gameplay, in addition to sort of your standard action-based gameplay or sort of dungeon crawl-based storytelling. While there may be a million Star Wars games in the world, if you are playing one on Hidden Door, because of our AI narrator and the story engine, the choices you make matter. So when you decide that you want to become, say, the governor of Tatooine, you can do that. And the world changes around you and your character. You are able to meaningfully alter the plot.
They could have used any example they wanted.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd used an example from the mouse.
There's no limit to the number of characters you might encounter, the locations, or the stories you can tell in Hidden Door. Today you can play Hidden Door anywhere you can access the web. So you can play on desktop, you can play on your mobile device, you can play on a tablet.
Is this just a website or what? So here's a website.
Huh. It's kind of cool. Although their mention of Star Wars, this just in, Hidden Door is now being owned by Disney. Shut down due to legal obligation.
Oh, I guess it says you gotta join the wait list. I thought you said you could play it right now.
I bet you could, but there's probably 40,000 people that are.
It's not on Steam, is it? Let's see. No? Okay, I guess I was confused because she's like, you can do it right now.
Hidden Door is cooking up one hell of a winning combination. Am I right, Frank AI?
It certainly seems so, Sean. Speaking of winning, you too can achieve victory with the PC Gaming Show Battle Pass. Earn free bonuses as you level up your viewer rank or upgrade to a gold tier pass for only $9.99.
What are you doing?
I'm incorporating lucrative live service techniques to maximize the show's profitability.
How would a battle pass for a stream even work?
With a gold tier pass, viewers can earn exclusive rewards, like viewing the show's trailers 1.5 seconds early and boosters for viewer rank experience.
Look, I admire the initiative, but I think for now, let's just go ahead and table streams as service.
Sadly, major production decisions are only accessible for those who've reached viewer rank 80. You can, however, unlock immediate access with 1,800 Sean points, purchasable for $9.99.
You made show production a battle pass reward? Is anyone close to unlocking that?
Killzor 69 Blazes has just achieved viewer rank 58.
Oh, God. Okay. Dakota, find my wallet. And for now, let's check out a new dungeon crawler from the Don't Starve devs at Klei Entertainment. Here's your first look at Dread Pilots.
Have we seen this one?
I don't think so.
I want to say we have, because it was from the Don't Starve guys. Dread Pilots? Maybe I'm wrong?
I think it's Pirate.
As I'm like looking at my pages of notes. Nope, have not seen this. Uh-oh.
You get shields up.
That game could actually be alright. That developer has a really good track record.
You were
You've harnessed your glove's power, and now you want to find me.
Gotta find Mama.
You don't know.
What is this?
We saw this.
And it's spreading across America, twisting this once great nation into a lethal wasteland.
Oh.
It's actually, I believe it's out right now. The early access version of it.
Okay, Maya Chronicles.
Maybe in the future, you will break through the wall and find me. And if you do, maybe I will tell you my secret. The revelations must be earned.
Don't starve yourself with excitement for Dread pilots, or you might leave a miasma worthy of a chronicle. Hey, that's pretty good. That's good stuff. Thank you, Text Generation. Coming up, secret facilities, bioweapons development, zombie experimentation. It's all under the corporate umbrella in this management sim. And you are the evil CEO. I mean, I can't blame you for diversifying. That's just good business sense. Let's take a look at Undead Inc.
And now, it's with great pleasure I introduce one of Enswell Medical's biggest success stories, Director Colin.
Thank you, and welcome to all of you who are starting your own franchises. Today I'm here to talk about building a thriving business. My apologies. There has been a development that requires my immediate attention.
Kind of Rudy left notifications on during that whole meeting, but
Director Coleman, sir, we're hearing...
Whatever your concerns may be, I'm handling it. Now, tend to your patients.
Structural integrity and power all hanging in there, sir. Extent of the outbreak unknown. Next move, Director.
Tell your men ETA 5 minutes.
I like the setup for this so far.
Wait, don't shoot. Director Coleman. Hey, man, sir.
Are you okay?
I got a little bitten, but I'm hanging in there, Director. I'm all good. They have a cure upstairs, right?
Sure. Head back up. There is a shot with your name on it.
Thanks, man. I mean, I was
right in the
worried
back of
for
the
a
head.
second.
Yep.
Do you mind? I'm trying to run a business here. Janine, get the marketing team and those rookies back on the line in 10. Oh, and an espresso.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And Janine, can I get something from my head?
Of course, Director.
Name brand only. Not our stuff. Quality control issues downstairs.
Not our stuff.
I feel like we need to know what kind of game that is, but it's an interesting concept.
Yeah, it's great lead-in and everything like that, but we did not see any gameplay at all.
Another like side scroller beat 'em up Metroidvania style game.
Yep.
Okay, hey, look. I've been looking through Frank AI's data log, and I found a file named Confidential, Game Trailer 44, codename Omicron Delta November, _ final, parenthesis, final, and parenthesis 2.0, _ revised.mp4. Now, it's important not to lose the trust of your AI assistant, so let's just watch it really quick.
I was gonna say, do I gotta mute this?
Yep.
Getting into a lot of copyrighted music here. Is this the last showcase of the day? It is. And then 2 tomorrow and 1 on Tuesday. And that's it.
You became an astronaut because the cosmos terrifies you.
Kind of neat, like the kind of a rhythm driving, flying game.
Someday. Or at least find as many answers as possible.
We've seen this one. Not recently. So I remember like the microphone.
Yeah. Get you and then you can, like reprogram those robots and stuff.
Is Sony not having one? They already did. Sony had one last week.
So, there was life here before. Everything that happened here overwhelms me.
Not every mission ends in success, Doctor. We have to save what we can. Save you.
What is there to understand? We have to destroy it. Even if it means destroying everything.
Invincible.
Yeah, I don't remember that name, but I remember the gameplay.
Yeah.
Coming up, we'll see a theme park builder that's only days away. Releasing on PC later this week, Park Beyond is a spiritual successor
Oh yeah,
to
Park
classics
Beyond should be
like
pretty
Roller
good.
Coaster Tycoon, Roller Coaster
But again, there's a
Tycoon
million
2,
games
Roller
coming
Coaster
out.
Magnate 9,
Yeah.
Roller
I was
Coaster
watching
All
some
Star
people
27,
play that.
and
The
Roller Coaster
tutorial's
God
really
Emperor
cool how they go about doing that.
Okay, let's not go off the rails. Look, as fun as the carnival is, we all know the games aren't the most balanced, because basically, carnies are OP. Luckily for you, our prizes are so much easier to win. Let's take a look at Park Beyond.
Do you perceive the invisible thread that connects us to each other? The emotions that unite us without us even realizing it? the desire to move forward, to surpass our limitations, to take on challenges greater than ourselves. All these feelings make us Visioneers. Visioneers are architects who are dedicated to making their childhood dreams a reality, empowered to achieve the impossible. Architects who want to offer the world their most beautiful memories. Free spirits in search of adventure and new challenges. Indelible moments of amazement and laughter with those
Got all
we
the
love.
menus for you, kid.
Become a Visioneer. Go beyond the fun.
Oh, Pac-Man stuff.
As an AI, I have no need for material possessions. But, good news! PC Gaming Show viewers can take advantage of the following promotional contest by following the instructions on the screen. If this product and/or service stimulates your orbital cortex, follow the instructions on the screen.
Evil stirs in the depths of Gallowspire. 3 heroes step forth to contain the darkness within. A legendary fighter of peerless strength and skill. A cunning rogue, full of deadly surprises.
Is this an auto battler?
A powerful wizard wielding
Or
pure
AKA Survivor, Vampire Survivor?
Together, they are
I
destined
think it's like
to
Vampire
confront
Survivor.
the hordes of undead.
I like the way it
and
looks.
their deadly masters. Again and again. Attaining new heights of power and skill. But what hope have they to seal away the whispering tyrant? For surely there can be no hope of surviving.
Oh, it's actually a Pathfinder game.
Gallowspire.
Gallowspire? Yeah, that might actually be good.
Introducing Diesel
It's definitely a
Legacy.
different Pathfinder game.
Join the open beta now on Steam. 2 versus 2 action.
Another beat 'em up.
Yeah, Jalen, there's your Double Dragon 2023 version.
Local and online multiplayer. Real match. Worldwide rollback netplay. Determine the fate of the Iron City.
It's time we honor an overlooked hero, the noble delivery cyclist, powering the gig economy with their aching calves. Now, you might ask, hey, Sean, are you just feeling a little guilty because you gave your credit card details to the AI assistant and now someone has to deliver the 57 parcels you ordered before you noticed? In short, yes. But if this next exclusive is anything to go by, we'll all be saluting the delivery workers of this fine nation, gosh dang it. Let's take a look at Parcel Core.
This actually looks pretty good.
Hello, Inquisitive Fuhrer. My name is Will Barr, and that was an example of a micro teaser. You see, when you're shilling on behalf of an obscure video game developer like Billy Goat Entertainment, you have a finite amount of time to explain why discerning intellectual players, such as yourself, should be excited about being thrust into the exciting, high-octane world of
Parcel Core.
That's right, escape the mundanity of daily life and slip into the spandex of one of our many colourful bicycle messengers. Embrace the gig economy and forget the security, stable salary and basic workplace rights less cool jobs offer as you race through town, weaving through alleys, defying gravity as you ride up walls, leap from rooftops, startle pigeons.
Well, it's kind of like a career in
Really
video
is.
game development.
Paperboy 2.0.
Except
There you go.
without all the cool traversal stuff. So yeah, really just the exploitation. But I digress.
Sign a casual work agreement with one of 3 rival courier corporations, all vying to become the
Although
most
I
profitable
already like
business in
this a bit
town.
more than
But be
the
warned,
NBC
a
right now.
maniacal scheme is afoot that threatens more than just the business model our protagonists operate under.
So it's up to you, bicycle courier, to deliver this foot-long grilled chicken, cheese, and chorizo melt and save the world.
Hi everyone, I'm Max from Grey Knight Games, a two-man studio based in Sweden, working on the game Fabledom, currently available in early access.
Oh, this is. He said Fabledom, right?
I think so.
So yeah, I think both Jalen and I played this. This game's alright.
Just trying to think the game show event that we saw this.
Welcome to Fabledom. Sorry about the pigs.
Hello, micro friends.
Get your PC Game Pass.
New mission, soldier.
Welcome aboard.
Oh, don't mind Sean. He's just entering our PC Game Pass giveaway. We've got a bunch of 1-month subscriptions for new members to try the service. To get a chance of procuring one, visit the URL on screen now.
Mega Man?
Go up. It looks like a Mega Man sort of ripoff. Level editor too.
Sean, before we continue with more exciting previews, I've generated a simple tactic to improve the show's revenue stream.
Well, yeah, great. Tell me more.
I've allowed viewers to pay a small fee for a bespoke on-screen shout-out. Got good 228, right? Great to be watching PC Gaming Show once again. Excellent work, Sean and co.
Hey, I'm touched and a little wealthier. Keep them coming.
Z-Blaze Paladins writes, did Sean actually fire his team? Dick move, bro.
Look, you have to understand that this show needs to focus on long-term sustainability.
Fired by Sean23 writes, I have sworn the blood oath. My vengeance will not be denied.
Okay, it looks like that's it. Our shout-outs feature is broken. I'm so sorry. That's going to be all for shout-outs.
I haven't logged any errors, Sean.
Well, I'm seeing red flags across the board, and it's a real tragedy. Just can't be helped. Just like I can't help wanting to see more previews. And with that, here's Creepy Jar's new sci-fi survival game, Chimera.
Creepy Jar Studios.
Reminds me a little bit the style of the sci-fi stuff of Riftbreaker.
Extreme temperature.
Yeah, Riftbreaker. I feel like that's a really good game that nobody played.
Yeah.
Don't really know what that is, but okay.
Yeah. Great, now the cold is going to break out.
In the lost Caribbean Sea was a captain mighty. Mordecai was his name. He succumbed to the white flame. His treasure was lost and his crew was tossed. Now is the day cursed pirates have their way. That's the life we live. Come along for the trip. When plans go astray.
Trying to remember if we've seen this at some place.
We put them to a song that gives them the chunk. We're a cursed crew and parties our share. Soul magic restores our crew from before, yes, before. Black pearls in our chest, let us finish the quest now. This treasure we will find with our powers combined. Our worth we will show to our captain below. The Inquisition blocks our way. They see us as prey. Ignatia is their leader. You do well to exceed her. The treasure she pursues across the ocean blue. She'll conquer the brine for her grand design. That's the life we live. Come along for the trip. When plans go astray, we find us a way. We put them to a stop and give them the chop. We're a cursed crew and parties are share.
August 17th. See, that's another one that I wouldn't mind trying the demo for.
Yeah, I think we saw that, but we didn't get to see any gameplay like that. Yeah, it was August 17th.
Huh. That car's kind of crazy. Exo Rally. Okay.
Exo Rally Championship might be racing its way across the stars, but it's already raced its way into my heart. Anyways, if you're not aware, I've got something of a history with the real-time strategy genre. And funnily enough, at labs like DeepMind, those same RTS games just
Day 9, he was a
for world-leading AI research.
a StarCraft shoutcaster back in the day.
Can it be just a coincidence then that I'd
Like
end
one
up
of- like one of the
kind man to
OGs.
name himself an AI visionary? I mean, probably. But what's no coincidence is my excitement for the eagerly anticipated RTS from former Warcraft and StarCraft devs at Frost Giant Studios.
Oh, yeah.
It's Stormgate. And today, we don't just get the chance to get some exclusive first look at some Stormgate gameplay, but we're also joined by Frost Giant's president and game director.
I was going to say, I don't
Tim
think we've seen any
Campbell, here to
gameplay
tell
on
us
this.
Exactly how Stormgate will
No, we
delight
haven't.
all minds, artificial or otherwise. Thanks so much for joining us, Tim.
Thanks, it's great to be here.
Now, I've been following Stormgate for years, but for those of us who haven't, what is Stormgate?
Stormgate is our modern take on the classic real-time strategy game formula. It's what we think of as a spiritual successor to franchises like Warcraft, StarCraft, Command & Conquer. And real-time strategy games are the type of game where you can control an entire battlefield. So this classic RTS formula includes harvesting resources, building sprawling bases, commanding huge armies on the battlefield.
What is it about Stormgate that's new?
We believe that the RTS genre is something that should be enjoyed by players of all skill levels. And so we've put a lot of effort into making sure that Stormgate feels good, whether you're a pro with high technical skill and you love competitive play, or whether it's something that you just want to be able to relax with and experience a story.
Now, Tim, I understand that you brought for all of us, but in particular for me, a present to show today. What are you going to show, Tim?
We are going to show gameplay from the pre-alpha of Stormgate.
Yeah.
Now, this is something that we are big believers in at Frost Giant. We want to share this current state of the game today.
Let's take
Wait, pre-alpha?
Oh, Tim, I'm so excited. And right away, this looks like an RTS. Tell me what we're seeing.
This is the classic start to a 1v1 match. What you're seeing here is the human faction as they're sending workers out to harvest resources. Right. They're starting to construct building. They actually build them by 3D printing them from the ground up. And you can see them now starting to train troops so they can have an army
I'm
that
totally
goes on the
down
field.
for this.
Yeah, and I mean, right here, we see in the corner coming up, this looks like a scout unit?
Yeah, that is literally a cybernetic dog with laser eyes. It is called the Scout.
Scouts are fighting each other.
It's designed for early game. It's a unique unit to the human faction.
Right.
And you can see him now running through the base trying to see what information he can find out about his enemy.
Yeah, I mean, scouting and information is such an important part of RTS games.
It really is, and this is something that we've embraced early game. The Scout unit has been designed so it can actually sense units beyond its sight radius. So it's
awesome.
especially useful early on.
So we're heading into what looks like the first engagement of this game. What are we seeing?
Oh, the scout died.
What we're seeing right here is the Red Scout getting surprised by a group of blue troops coming through the Light Force, which is the new train.
You're trying to build a turret real quick, or
on
what?
The tactical battlefield here.
Yeah, I would say so.
The Light Force lets smaller
Quick,
units
kill the
move through
builders.
them. They have concealment.
Kill the builders.
It's allowed
Yeah,
blue
get 'em.
to raid Red's base, in which case Red is
Not
barely
fast
getting a turret built with their speed building from their workers, which is a human faction advantage. And they're about to
Gotta
pop
get your
out a
walls
couple
up.
extra defenders here from
Whoa,
the
look at that big
So we
mech.
got these
Where'd that
huge
guy
mechs,
come
and I mean,
from?
just visually, it looks like they are countering the heck out of these blue infantry.
Get
But
wrecked,
can these
blue
red mechs
guys.
fit through the forest?
No, they're too big to go through. They're
Oh, that's
heavy units. They're
interesting.
designed to
So the
use
little
their
guys
machine
could go
guns
through
to
the
through
forest, but
groups
the
of
big ones
enemies, but
couldn't.
They can't fit through
I
the
like
forest,
that.
which
That's kinda
Blue
cool.
knew and used to his advantage.
Okay, so we're in mid-game. This is normally where you make some big tech decisions. What's Red up to?
You're seeing Red commit to a tech path that gives them big battlefield mechs and air units like the ZVAC.
And it looks like they're just dropping right on top of Blue, who is killing a chicken? What's the chicken there, Tim?
Yeah, that's a giant chicken with a Viking helmet on it. Use your imagination. Stormgate's in pre-alpha, and that's art that we haven't gotten to yet, but imagine
Funny.
it as a big Mad Max Raider.
I like
Nice,
that.
most threatening placeholder art for now. And oh, I see Red diving onto Blue, and hey, picking back up into the air transport. That's some classic high-level micro.
I like how
It's really
fast you can
important for
pick up
Stormgate that
and
we
drop
maintain a high
units.
skill ceiling so that players can express themselves on the battlefield by maneuvering and how they interact with the battlefield.
And here we have the final fight of the game, and it looks like Blue is coming up against those mechs. Red is trapped on the other side of the trees. Oh, wait, they can blast through them now? And Blue's dodging these enormous shots, and we can also see Blue swarming in from both sides. This is not looking good for Red.
No, it's pretty grim. Red is on the ropes right here. And
Yeah,
they've been
Red's got a lot of
outmaneuvered. They're
turrets
caught
set
in the
up,
corner
though.
Here between two different forces coming in with a mobile pincer.
Man, and of course,
The old.
There's the GGs.
Oh crap!
Classic ending
I'm
to
about
an
to die. Let me put turrets in the middle of my base.
Get Tastosis on that stat. Outside of 1v1, what's coming up for Stormgate?
What you've seen today is just the tip of the iceberg. We have so much more in store. We're going to be revealing a bunch of stuff about Stormgate the rest of this year. We're introducing new modes. We have a 3-player versus AI cooperative mode. We have team-based competitive modes. We're going to be sharing information about our storyline and campaign. We have new factions beyond the humans that you just saw today.
But Tim, what if I want to play the game right now?
If you want to play the game as soon as possible, you wish list Stormgate on Steam and you go to playstormgate.com to sign up for the beta. We're starting closed testing in July.
Once again, go to Steam and wishlist Stormgate. Tim, thank you so much again for joining us, not just to talk about the 1v1 footage you shared, but the future content plans of Stormgate. It makes the RTS players' dreams come true. Which might not be your dreams.
Yeah,
I mean,
there
your dreams
hasn't
might
been a
be
good
filled
RTS
with
in a long time.
Gloriously grimy Deus Ex-inspired sci-fi fisticuffs with a
So you gonna sign up or
feverishly Star
not enough
Wars
time?
vibe to it. If
I don't know.
Get a load of this latest trailer for Fortune's Run.
They call the dying sun. It's been the room of many a poor girl. And me, oh God, for one. Whatever.
Men, you are about to embark upon the great crusade towards which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you. The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you. I have full confidence in your courage, devotion to duty, and skill in battle. We will accept nothing
What
less
have we
than
here?
victory.
This
Good luck.
is hell let loose.
Let us all
Oh,
beseech
is it?
the blessing of Almighty God upon this great and noble undertaking.
That's what it is. I think it's a really neat game. Like it's like an RTS, but you can give units to other people, and like you can be a single unit or command multiple units within people. You can zoom in all the way like first person. That's what I think.
Keep moving! We've taken a German opening! Schnell und halten! Kein Sensor!
Anime with guns. Game of the Galaxy. I think we're in montage mode a little bit here.
Oh, it's Map Jack. Wish list now.
Mamma, che cagaço!
Ah, fizeste bom negócio.
I think we were talking about this the other day, but it's like another one of these Animal Crossing type games. There's so many of them. Sci-fi 4X strategy.
That was called Revival.
As an AI, I have no need for material possessions. But, good news! PC Gaming Show viewers can take advantage of the following promotional contest by following the instructions on the screen. If this product and/or service stimulates your orbital cortex, follow the instructions on the screen.
Frank, we've seen impressive, almost like unrealistic tech on display today. It's just a shame our viewers at home can't get their hands on some of that bleeding-edge hardware.
Your concerns are both unnecessary and convenient, Sean. As the long-term vanguard of gaming, Alienware continues to offer high-end PC hardware. Considering their extraterrestrial origins, it comes as no surprise.
Look, I don't know how to tell you this, Frankie, but they're not actually made by aliens.
Websites in my training model contain compelling evidence to the contrary, Sean. The truth is out there.
Great. But let's do some truth-telling of our own and hear what Alienware is offering the folks at home.
Alienware
has been a part of my professional life for a while now. From the games you play to what you do for work. That's
like, I don't know anybody who buys
when using
Alienware anymore.
You get a performance that is very
they're bought by Dell.
It doesn't have just the kind of like generic gamer look to
like a
it.
long time
Literally
ago.
everything I do is powered by Alienware, and it just makes me so happy.
They used to be like the thing like 20 years ago.
Don't miss your shot at Alienware giveaway goodness. Scan that code now. I mean,
But I feel like every other custom PC place is like just outdoing them now.
Intel Core i9 processor for the fine price point of $3? Oh, it's enough to get anyone's blood pumping.
As you know, Sean, I'm a network of predictive algorithms and generative software. I am fundamentally incapable of belief.
Look, I understand.
I also don't have blood.
But
Would you like me to procure blood, Sean?
God, no! Absolutely not. Anything but that. Let's move on to literally anything else. So, what's next?
Vampire Survivors.
Well, this is a little awkward. Let's have a look at some incoming DLC for Vampire Survivors. Ooh boy.
Oh, DLC.
Another game that I wish I would have time to beat.
What if we gave it a spin?
I hope maybe with the DLC, some people take a good look at this game.
Golden Devil, cosmic.
I think it kind of got lost last year. A lot of people were playing it, but tomorrow.
We are only a couple months out from
Baldur's
the
Gate.
full release of Baldur's Gate 3. I literally cannot tell you how excited I am to try out some of the character builds I've got going on up here. I'm thinking of running like a mage tank kind of vibe. And wait, Frank, can you generate like an awesome character art for me in like a D&D style? Like, look, I want to be a wizard, like fully Gandalf out with like a staff and like blasting spells like that. Can you like give me a sample piece of art?
One moment. Here you are, Sean.
Yeah.
Oh, dear God.
I like the
This was
extra
generated in
fingers. Nice.
seconds, while a professional artist's work would take hours, if not days.
Yes, that's That is true. It's hard to tell this wasn't the work of a trained professional, but do you have any professional artist work, you know, just to like compare?
I do. Thanks to the YouTube animators extraordinaire at Mashed. Here's an original animation for Larian's Baldur's Gate 3.
My fellow adventurers, the road to Baldur's Gate has been long. We have fought cultists of a strange new god, battled packs of fearsome gnolls, and gone toe-to-toe with creatures from beyond this plane. And today we faced our greatest foe yet.
He was just so strong. And I think his blood was acid? I'm not sure how that even works, like anatomically.
Tomorrow, we find higher ground, then rain down upon him with 100 arrows.
No. First, I will incapacitate him with a fit of hideous laughter. Then, we will fill his bog with grease and set it on fire. And if he attempts to escape the blaze, fear not, for I will keep my eye out for him.
Please don't. Even Lae'zel's puns are more amusing.
Among Githyanki, I am considered extremely humorous.
Enough! We must defeat this foe. Somewhere within these twisted swamps dwells a hag who possesses a potent potion, an elixir that could grant us the ability to converse with the creature. However, attaining it will necessitate a trade.
Give me his spleen.
Steel your nerves, friends. I will now attempt to reason with the creature. Most mighty beast, though you defeated us once, we have returned to seek your guidance. Impart your knowledge upon us, and teach us the source of your power.
It's here. Frog.
Oh, I didn't know you speak frog. Gosh, I'm so sorry about yesterday. I'm so embarrassed. You know, ever since the hag turned me into a frog, I've been down in the dust.
Cities are incredibly hard to make in RPGs because you have to make sure that every single nook and cranny has something to do. You have to make sure that it's different, so you have to be incredibly creative. Given that the name of the game is Baldur's Gate, the city was really going to be the thing that people were going to be talking about.
The city of Baldur's Gate is seamless, which it originally wasn't.
You only can judge the game when you have all the components together, and if the mix doesn't work, we start over.
At some point, he said, like, can't we just connect everything? And that was a very interesting day.
One of the things that's done is it's brought a level of believability and immersion and also complexity that wouldn't have been there otherwise.
Now it was this seamless, giant organism, and it really, really felt good.
It's being able to look out of a window and see down the city slopes, so you're seeing down toward the docks, and you're like, one of my teammates might be down there. They might be running around down there.
We worked on it as a painting almost. You start with a sketch, a very basic line, and then you just start adding layers and layers.
We can put lots more of the city onto the screen than they could in 1998.
Expert writer?
We can do something that is more immersive, richer, has more texture to it.
It feels like you are walking around a place where there are lots and lots of people living their actual lives.
You have crowds that are walking around, can talk
How are they
to pretty
moving
much
that
anybody.
character like that
They
without
react
clicking
to
the
every
ground?
single thing. It's very alive in that sense.
Every person that you meet in Baldur's Gate has got a story to them.
All the things that you have done up to the city really matter. You can really feel the conclusion of everything just gathering there.
We actually build anticipation through all these characters that you've met, through all these situations that you've been through.
All the stories that you have been following, all the decisions that you've been making, they all come to fruition in that lower city.
And the great thing is, if you so choose, you can be another bad thing that's happened
Saw
to the
the
city. You
ship
can
they
arrive and be
made
like,
into a
this
tavern
place is on
called the
fire,
Little
and then
Lantern.
you can throw petrol all over it.
During production, we felt like the city was our destination.
We spent, I think, 3 times, 4 times as much effort on the city than we originally planned. But the result, the feeling of walking in there is just fantastic.
You have this constant jostling of things that are very much of the real world, and then you can indulge in the completely fantastical.
And then when you walk into the city, the noise of everybody talking to each other, the knowledge that everywhere you look, you can go there and you can do something, the knowledge that you can fly through it, it's great. So the thing that I was the most afraid of when we started making this game turned out to be the thing that I'm the most proud of.
It's crazy that Baldur's Gate and Starfield come out so close. Both of them have the potential to be like two of the greatest
Larian
RPGs
Studios
ever
breaks
made.
the classic RPG series out of a 2-decade retirement when Baldur's Gate 3 finally releases on August.
And they're going to be battling each other for
next,
into
we're
the
forging
year
ahead with more
awards.
fantasy as flame-headed fighters face ferocious foes in a co-op action roguelike. After all,
And Spider-Man,
what's a roguelike
and
without
Final
an
Fantasy,
onslaught
and
of
Diablo,
algorithmic
and
terrors?
Zelda, and...
I feel like
man.
there's a lot of
More
that
and more.
going on around here lately. Anyways, here's the latest trailer for Ember Knights.
We can be heroes.
Now this show should be pretty close to being done.
What? What?
I missed the name of this. Is this Robocraft? Oh, no. Never mind.
Terra Tech
Would you like an
World.
endless loop of terror, death, repeat in the upcoming stealth extraction horror, Macabre? In Macabre, you and your friends will team up to confront interdimensional terrors, venturing deep into unstable time risks tasked with uncovering the source of terrifying anomalies. A great way to enjoy the outdoors. Built in Unreal 5, this exclusive debut will be out later this year in early access.
You seriously don't have any signal.
Not even one bar, there's nothing. I can't get in.
So, I forgot to mention, there's like a super weird, scary thing getting around inside the rift.
The hell was that, a bear?
So another team-based extraction game.
You guys look lost. Come on. You'll freeze to death out here. I suppose you're looking for the lodge. Here, take this. I call it the Atomic Space Shifter. If anything goes wrong, not that it will, I can pull you back out. A lot of folks have come up here looking for answers. It's weird. It's like time runs differently here.
Guys, I think I found something.
We gotta find the others, dude.
That guy's dead.
Oops.
believe it worked. This is it. This is the key to... Ah, you're alive. Ready to go back in?
Nope.
Nope.
We thought we had billions of years before our sun died. We were wrong. Thousands of us answered the call, rallying to save those we can. Every one of our ships a ray of hope. Captain, it is up to you to find us a new home, so we can plant the future seeds of humankind.
Copy. Plotting course now. Sector locked in.
We are cleared to jump.
Prepare for warp
Are we piloting the ship with cards?
Yeah, something. I don't know.
Soft landings, Captain.
What kind of game is that?
As great as Earthless looks, it makes you wonder, how are we in the real world gonna fare when our big, beautiful sun enters its twilight years? Me, I'm optimistic. Who knows what we'll achieve by then? Every billionaire-funded space rocket that detonates moments after takeoff is one more step on the winding road of progress. Up next, tie on those togas and make merry with fine wine as all roads lead to this newest city builder. Here's a first look at Nova Roma.
Nova Roma. Okay, so Earthless is a roguelike deck builder.
That's what I thought there was cards there. So.
Oh, this okay. That trailer did not really show what the game was at all.
Other than when I saw those little cards being put on the dash of the spaceship.
Looks like it's a turn-based strategy.
Huh. That's cool. It's got day-night cycles. Ah, you're dealing with the gods. The Roman gods. That was Charlton Heston down there.
Finding the lion.
But we were entertained. Definitely had a lot of games.
Survival strat.
The Great War is over. All we want is to return home. To the newborn Czechoslovakia we fought for. Brothers and sisters.
this
None of us
War
thought this
Hospital?
part of the
I'm not
journey
sure.
would be the most difficult. We still hope to see our home once again. Across the endless snowfields of Siberia.
I don't think so.
Through territory disputed by the red and
I don't know,
white
it might be. I was looking at the down below the almost every one of the
by armored
players
train in a harsh
like
winter.
with medical, maybe.
Far from our loved ones. Outnumbered by enemies, we fight to make our way. Surrounded by wilderness, we manage in order to survive. This is our last chance. Our last train.
I didn't think War Hospital had like this kind of combat though.
Yeah, that's true.
Will you lead us?
Last train home.
Looks good.
Pairing squad tactics with historic inspiration, Last Train Home is based on real events in the aftermath of World War I. However, historians continue to uncover records describing train passengers travelling homewards, some dating as recently as 2023. Whether any train home is truly the last remains the subject of academic debate. History is clear on one thing, though.
Yep, strategy,
Puppets
RTS,
can't be
real-time
trusted.
tactics.
As proof, watch as Sesame Street meets survival horror in My Friendly Neighborhood.
Hey Gordon, it's Kyle. I know we're dropping this on you last minute, but we need you to head down to the Sunrise Street studio lot. The antenna activated itself last night and started broadcasting that old puppet show over the news. Need to turn that thing off. You gotta get this done, man. Bye.
The last job of the day is always the worst.
Raise the curtain. Bring up the lights. The neighborhood is coming to town.
Hey, stay back.
Oh my gosh. Killer puppets.
Let's do this.
That's weird.
Oh,
Wow.
I think I ended
Just
early.
wow.
Can we go back to the beginning?
A sprint victory and points up for grabs right
This must
here.
be F1 manager.
Push as much as you can. Copy.
Can they push more, I wonder? They can't afford to sit back and relax now.
Are we in trouble or not?
Oh, and that's a crash.
I'm pushing out, maximum push now.
And McLaren with a great overtake. Stay right here, because we're just getting started.
I think those that F1 manager game is actually like fairly popular. Same with like football
Hey,
manager.
Frank AI, how are the metrics looking? Are we like doing numbers?
We're attracting considerable viewership, Sean. However, I've identified a simple programming adjustment to target underrepresented segments of our audience demographic. Shall I execute it?
Well, hell yeah, let's do it. Ah, cornering the VTuber market. Smart, very smart. I'm just not really sure this is my vibe. But since we're on a time crunch, let's see what's next for Subnautica Likes in Space with a trailer for Breath Edge 2.
World premiere.
That will a little bit better.
We're watching Starfield again.
All right, and we're now 999 planets.
Another Stardew Valley clone. Add it to the list. Why are there so many missing children?
Wait.
Man, there are so many great video games in this year's show. Frank AI, what do we know about sand?
Sand is a fine granular substance composed of mineral particles. It is finer than gravel, but coarser than silt.
Yes, but it's also a brand new survival game set in an alternate history where Austro-Hungarian soldiers smuggle space salvage across alien deserts.
I don't understand that sentence. Would you like to hear more about sand types?
Oh, no need. I'm about to know plenty. Let's take a look at sand.
Another Tiny Build.
Tiny Build's got a lot of games going.
Yeah, they do.
До прибуття. Завітайте в Лазуровий порт. 12 найкращі пляжі, готелі та ресторани. Файно! Замовлю собі багатського м'яса та пива. А ви що, хлопці?
Ну, раз ми ліпші, то попали себе шампанським і морським оленем. А ти ж, Петро?
А я, як завжди, маленьку бану ще хочу.
Йой, то ж ресторани не корчма.
Може ресторан бути найліпшим, якщо бану ще немає.
It's Wild Wild West all over again.
Yeah, right? Who's Will Smith? They showed some neat trailers for that. I was just like, can I see some gameplay?
We have reached the end of this year's show, and we're saving something very exciting for the end. Dune Awakening, the survival MMO adaptation of the classic sci-fi
Sand is an
series.
open-world
Frank,
FPS with base
what have
building.
you got for us for the big finale?
If you like, I could fill the
I
room
could
with
not have
sand.
got first-person shooter
It's a
for
little
that.
literal, don't you think? But what if we had, like, costumes? Oh, Dune's got some really cool costumes. We have the still suits, the royal garments. Oh my God, I could dress up maybe as like a giant sandworm.
It will require 3 million teraflops of processing power to render you as a sandworm, Sean.
I mean, don't worry about it. We can skip the costuming. It's just something that like Frankie and I used to do. Like, not you, like the real Frankie with the fun hair who's not a computer. Oh, man, there was this one year where she was a shark. And then, and she was like a mech pilot, and I had a spaceship. And there was this other time with togas, and I had this really nice robe. Anyways,
Is that
just
day
forget
9?
it.
Yep.
I'm living in the past. I shouldn't even miss this stuff. I mean, we're adults, right? Frankie Ward?
Do you still want to do the costumes bit, Sean?
I want to do the dress up bit so bad. I'm sorry. I tried to fire everyone and make money with computers.
Shut up and put the costume on.
Frankie, would you do the honors?
Gladly. Here is an exclusive interview with the team making a survival MMO that's more sought after than a suitcase stuffed with spice melange. It's Dune Awakening.
Off the top of my head, I don't think we've seen any gameplay from this. We've just seen cinematics and stuff.
Yep.
My name's Joel Bylos. I'm the creative director on Dune Awakening. So Dune Awakening is a survival, open world, massively multiplayer game. It is a game where players are invited to explore the world of Dune. They involve themselves in politics, they involve themselves in intrigue, they involve themselves in combat. They have to survive on the most dangerous planet in the universe. And through this experience, they come to know the factions in the world and the universe. So when Dune Awakening begins, you are a castaway on the planet in the deep desert, and all you have is a knife that you've made out of scrap metal. And you need to creep into enemy camps and knife them in the back and steal the water from their still suits. By the end of the game, perhaps you're running a guild. You have a fleet of vehicles, ornithopters flying in formation, sandbikes cruising across the desert beneath them, tanks kicking up a cloud of dust as you drive to a spice blow in the distance in order to harvest with your guild. And you see in the distance another guild coming towards you, and just as you clash, you hear the rumble of a sandworm coming. That's combat in Dune Awakening.
My name is Viljar Sommerbach. I'm the game director on Dune Awakening. You start out in the desert, surviving, clinging to life, and in the end, you might become someone like the Baron Harkonnen, and then you try to cling to power. Arrakis is the most dangerous planet in the universe. Surviving on Arrakis means that you need to prepare for sandstorms, you need to find water, it's a constant threat against survival. The sandworm, every time you try to cross the desert, the sandworm will come. You will sometimes outrun it, sometimes you may not.
Dune Awakening is built upon a foundation of 5 pillars. Survival, which is obviously everything you'd expect to see in a survival game. It's water discipline, it's the surviving the sandstorms that sweep across Arrakis. Then we have politics and intrigue, which speaks to the faction gameplay of the game. It's about, siding with one of the factions, thinking about how they work together, perhaps assassinating members of the other factions. Then there's infinite exploration. Infinite exploration, which is one of the things I'm most excited about, is how the world changes over time. We have a concept called a Coriolis storm, and when it sweeps across the landscape, the sands shift revealing new points of interest, hiding others, making the game renewed every week. Then we have Combined Arms.
That's interesting.
Combined Arms is our combination of vehicles, melee combat, range combat, and abilities all working together to create a seamless sandbox combat experience. And finally, we have expression and customization, which is really more than just talking about like the visual expression and customization, which of course we have armor sets and clothing and a robust character creation. But in addition to that, it's really about play the way you want to play. Do you want to be a trader? You can do that. Do you want to be a fighter? Of course you can do that. Do you want to be a spy? Maybe that's the gameplay you're looking for. All of these things built into these pillars.
So the journey of the player, we've divided that into 4 parts.
Did you see that character?
We think of them as survive,
Yeah.
protect, expand,
That was
control. The survive part means that you're up against the planet itself and you're clinging onto life. In the protect phase, you've gathered some stuff, you might have a base, but you also want to make sure that nobody else comes to take it away from you, so you try to build defenses and make sure that your base is in the clear. Then, in the expand phase, you lift your gaze and you look around and you see that others have stuff as well, and you might want to take their stuff. Then, in the control phase, you may find yourself being a part of a guild or even the leader of a guild. Then, the goal is to control the flow of spice on Arrakis. However, you're never safe. There's always someone lurking around the corner. Can you really trust your second in command? So the goal of the control phase is that you are clinging to control. Whenever you get into combat in the desert of Arrakis, try to get it over with quickly, because not only are you fighting human combatants, but the planet Arrakis itself is the greatest protagonist there is.
And with that, the PC Gaming Show 2023 is done. And what a show it was! And what a lesson for me, honestly. AI excels at plenty, but only an absolute doofus would think it can replace the human touch. I mean, you'd have to be an irredeemable bozo, like a real human dumpster to pull that.
So that's the end of Frank AI? You are getting the band back together?
I mean, yeah, if we get another show next year, then yeah, you betcha.
If?
Well, you know, Dakota, the guy's pretty smart. I mean, I think he's actually the CEO now of PC Gamer and all subsidiary publications and IPs. I think he's got some really great ideas, but he also caddies for some very influential people on the golf course. Life comes at you fast, I guess. Either way, see you next year. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Go ahead and we'll mute that. I don't know if there's too much to talk about for this one.
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple. There's a few in there, but I mean,
yeah. I'll just mention that, like, Frostpunk 2, if you're like into city builders, that game's gonna be pretty good probably. I wrote down PAX Day, which is a game we already knew about. That's gonna be another upcoming MMO. But no, as far as like new games that I wrote down, I only wrote down like 3. And that was Hidden Door, and that was the AI storytelling one. Pathfinder Gallows, and Dread Pilots. But I feel like everything else we either already knew about or just didn't seem that interesting, at least to me.
Yeah. I did like the Last Train Home. I thought that was an interesting one.
Yep.
Yeah, there's so many, though, you would like get like a trailer or a little snippet of maybe some stuff in a game, but you still didn't know what the game was.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, they did a lot of just CGI trailers.
Yep. I was really surprised. The one that surprised me, actually, Citizen Sleeper 2.
Yeah.
That was like, I didn't even know you were making a 2 already, but...
Yeah, it seemed real quick, because that other one came out, it was either this year or last year, one of the two.
This year.
So yeah, pretty crazy.
Lords of the Fallen looks good, but we already knew about that one.
So that's how they did the green screen for Frankie. I was wondering how they were doing that whole head projection thing. So kind of interesting. Showing some behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
But yeah, that's a long show. It was a little like it was like 2 hours and 5 minutes or something like that. But they showed a lot of games. Well, any final thoughts on that one?
I mean, PC gaming show, I think it's kind of good to see the variety of games that they'd show. There's probably, if you like PC gaming, there's probably a game that genre out there that was shown that you probably like. So
yep,
I thought that was good. Again, maybe tone down the number of games and just tell people to check out other ones on Steam and wishlist them, but maybe go a little bit more in depth on some of them. I think that would have been kind of nice. But
yeah, well, cool.
Yeah. I mean, like you said originally, they had to follow up Xbox, so
yep, yeah, a little bit rough. But yeah, for those who are watching on YouTube, we'll wrap up the video right there. So thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.